So I come in this morning and we're informed there's going to be a protest to defund the police. Well, that's fine. I like protests. Except for they requested a police presence, for their safety at the defund the police event. I shit you not.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up right here on GubsRadio.com, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Boxcast. And like my good friend Ken Pichello, he says, we on TV! Yeah, y'all! Yes, indeed, we are, folks, and we have another great show for you today. This is our July 4th weekend spectacular, folks. We have a great show. We have everybody from Tim Saliani, who stopped in. He takes a 4th of July quiz. We have a porno review by the great Goonan, because what's more American than porn? And we also have my good friend Chaotic Lynk checks in. CL, Chaotic Lynk from CI, Central Islip. He's a rapper, old friend of mine, used to come down on my old radio show all the time. But without further ado, let me introduce my good buddy, Benny Rizzuti. Benny, how you doing, pal?
Hey, Don, I'm doing great, man. Happy 4th of July, buddy.
Happy 4th of July. You look great. I love the jacket.
Thank you. Yeah. I wear this on special occasions, like the birthday of this beautiful country that we live in.
That's right. This is the birthday. And it's an important birthday this year of 2020, because to me, I think Americans rallied around and we're getting through it. We're getting through a very rough year. Our country as a whole is getting through it. And it's still going on. We still got miles to go, but we're getting through a lot of rough stuff. We got through COVID. Now these riots and these, this kind of almost a civil war going on here. And it's gotten past BLM. Black Lives Matter, I think, is something everybody agrees on for the most part. We all agree. Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. It's gotten beyond that. And I think that now it's become a very far left versus a very far right. And then a lot of us are all kind of trapped in between. But we're getting through it. So it's a very important birthday of our nation.
We're fighting for our right to live, to exist. And should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night.
Yes, and hopefully this is going to be an enormous milestone where our country will become more united and will become a better America. That's it. I really, I hope so. I hope we become more of a true country, a true melting pot,
I think so. I think that when I think you bond through pain sometimes, and I think as a country we're all going through this together. We've all been quarantined together. We've all gone through these aches and pains of the world changing and evolving together. So I do think, to what you're saying, that we can all come out of this stronger and better than ever.
I certainly hope so.
We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Well, our first guest is Tim Saliani, and I talked with him about a bunch of stuff, including the McCluskeys, who are the two people, the Ken and Karen, if you will, they've been labeled by Twitter, the Twitterverse, who defended their home against potential rioters. But let's just take a look at Tim and check this interview out. I think it speaks for itself. It's fun stuff. So here we go, folks. Tim Saliani. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first guest is he's a favorite of mine. He's just a great guy. He's my favorite curmudgeon. He's the host of his own show. He's got 2 shows right here on Govs Radio. He's got Domestic Disturbance, which he co-hosts along with the very hilarious Mike Keegan and the equally hilarious Carla Okerson. The 3 of them have a great show. I love it. It's right here on Govs Radio. You got to check it out. And also he does this special show that started off as a quarantine special, and I think he's just going to keep it going. It's called Shut Up Stupid. Very funny stuff. The very hilarious, very funny rant master, if you will. Tim Saliani. Tim, how you doing, man?
I'm good, Don. Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. There's a lot going on what in the world right now, and what is good for a guy like you who kind of feed off of the world and it kind of gives you strength in a weird way.
It's society's my favorite thing to comment on. It just always has been. That you're not going to find anything funnier or more ridiculous than the shit you see in front of your face. It's not.
Especially now, it's every day, every week. It's just nonstop things happening, man.
It's a clusterfuck. Life is a clusterfuck every morning you wake up. Ask yourself, what type of crazy shit am I going to see today?
It's scary sometimes.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
And now we're here. It's like, 4th of July. Do you think Antifa is going to kind of trying to mess up our 4th of July?
America was never great! America was never great! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
First of all, I'm not even sure Antifa is a real fucking thing. It's like 3 dudes that got fired from fucking Starbucks that met in a chat room and were like, yeah, fuck the police. Which, by the way, I bought that album back in 1988. I didn't hear anybody fucking complaining then.
Fuck 'em, fuck the police. Fuck 'em, fuck the police. Fuck the police. Wait, start me over. Okay.
However, I don't think A, their message, if that is the message, is complete horseshit, and B, I don't think they exist. I think it's like stop. If you ignore people, right? For the most part, they'll go away.
Right.
It's fairly simple.
And we keep feeding the monster, and then what gets me the most mad is I feel the Antifa guys hijacked the BLM movement. Right. And BLM is something I think we all, as human beings and Americans, could get behind and say, yes, you know what? Every life matters. Black lives matter. Let's help out the black community best we can as a whole. But I think Antifa hijacked it and is making up, tearing down statues and just wants to destroy everything the country was built on.
You know what it is, and it drives me absolutely batshit insane. Is because, and this is why I say that I don't think Antifa is a fucking thing. It's just it's a group of fucking assholes that never got out of high school. It's people. We hear the most insane shit on a daily basis, and we latch onto it. So if some article gets written where a girl wants to use her period blood to write out her fucking SAT answers. And now that's going to be the new feminist movement, is everybody's going to have to use that. And then people get incensed when they hear crazy shit like that, right?
Right.
And we latch onto it, and now that's all we're talking about. So instead of talking about, Black Lives Matter, and instead of talking about the fact that, we do have a problem in this country with systemic racism, and it's a completely nuanced thing that we really need to discuss in depth. You can't just go, well, it's this or this.
Right.
We're too busy looking at the fucking train wreck over there. Oh, look at those guys. They took over a courthouse in Seattle, and now they need live chicken sent to them. What's going on?
He does have a weapon, as y'all can see. This individual does have the rifle.
The world's crazy, and just like the couple that's behind you over your shoulder right now, the Ken and
McCluskeys.
Karen, the McCluskeys, they've been labeled Ken and Karen, and we're in a society that these people that this might be us, this might be everyone who lives in suburban America might have to go out in front of the house with a machine gun and ward off potential rioters. And now these people, what upsets me is that they're getting flack for it all over Twitter, like they're the bad guys here.
I mean, do you really need to be fucking suburban commando out there with your AK-47? This guy looks fucking ridiculous. I mean, come on, man. He's wearing the fucking Lacoste tactical line. You know, and she looks like the fucking Hamburglar. Like, honestly, I loved Beetlejuice. I thought it was fucking great. It's like, come on, people. You know what? You could probably you're inciting more bullshit by going out and acting like this. When you know what? There's no guarantees in life. There's always going to be an asshole in the bunch. But if you walk out and hand these fucking people bottles of water and be like, listen, I support your cause. Don't get all crazy and ruin everything because you're going to take away from the message that you're trying to portray. But I support your cause. Take some waters, hydrate, and peacefully protest. You're going to get infinitely further with those people than if you're fucking sitting out on your front lawn like you're at a Jimmy Buffett concert with no fucking shoes on, holding a goddamn M16. Like, honestly, dude, he's 5'3". The gun is bigger than he is.
It is weird that when you see it, like you said, when the guy comes out, and when I first saw it, like my first instinct was to laugh, and then after the laughter, it was sadness. I felt sad, not just for them, but the state of the world that it's come to this. This guy with a pink, golf shirt.
It's salmon, okay? It's a salmon shirt. He's man enough to pull it off.
Yeah, and he's sitting there, and his wife is all pissed off. She's got like a little gun on her too, right? She's got like a little cap gun or something.
Yeah, she pulled it out of her garter back in 1826.
And they got like a huge mansion. You figured they would be able to hire some gun men to instead of them two out there like that.
Seriously. Well, it didn't work out too well for Al Pacino and Scarface.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous that this is the state of the world right now. Like, yes, we want to protect our things, and that nobody should be coming along and destroying your property or anybody's property or any of that stuff, because again, it muddies the message. I understand the anger, but it still muddies the message. You're not going to get people listening to you while you scream in their face.
I wonder if the McCluskeys are going to inspire an uprising of suburbanites with guns. Like we'll see, and that's their uniform.
Just ridiculous. He doesn't even know how to hold the fucking thing.
I know.
Look how he's holding it.
Yeah.
He's pointing it at her.
He pointed at her like
he's holding the fucker. He's gonna burn his goddamn hand shooting that goddamn thing off.
Holy shit! I'm just glad it didn't get ugly. That they didn't actually they didn't kill anybody and nobody attacked them. It was kind of name calling and videos and shame.
Right.
The good old fashioned way.
And I understand being worried for your personal, not even your personal property, but yourself. Like you're inside your house and you're worried because you're seeing what you're seeing on the news. But again, if your first action is to further incite, you're gonna have to expect some shit to go down that shouldn't have to go down if you just go out there and fucking try to be reasonable.
Because like right now, after all the hype and trending, right now they're in the window, like there's still parts of they're still like waiting for them to come back.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, that is their fucking Christmas card. If that's not their Christmas card, I don't know what the fucking deal is, man.
Oh,
and you're right. He's got a picture by the window like he's fucking Malcolm X.
Right now he's like standing there. They're not sitting back watching TV right now. They're either you know what they're doing, like Home Alone. They're setting up booby traps all around the house.
They are crafting a perfectly worded response. Mea culpa. I'm sorry for Don Lemon at 10 o'clock tonight. I guarantee you. That's what's happening.
Yeah, you figure they're going to be on the news circuit sooner or later. Somebody's
Oh,
going to
100%.
yeah, probably be on one of them. But here we are. It's the 4th of July, our nation's birthday. Chaos ensuing. The world is burning down, and we're gonna light some fireworks off tonight. So, do you have any plans? What's your 4th of July agenda?
I'm still mulling it over. I don't know. Like I'd love to go do what I normally do and go to my buddy's house and we try to see who can beat Jason Pierre-Paul the quickest. That was a firework in the hand joke for you fucking idiots. But with everything going on right now, like we still have a pandemic, and boy, do I know about it.
Yeah, you've recovered from you actually had coronavirus and have fought through it. You had a rough go too. It was not easy.
I had a pulmonary embolism because of it. I ended up in the hospital. It was a thing. So I'm still terrified because we don't know what the situation is with this stuff. I want to go hang out with my friends. I'd love to go have a couple of beers. I'd love to, shoot off fireworks. The typical trashy Long Island things that get done. And I'd love to do all that, but it's going to be a game time decision for me because, again, large gatherings of people. I don't even trust my own friends. They're filthy.
Yeah, it is scary, especially when you've already experienced it. So a lot of us kind of have not experienced it, so we don't know.
Fingers crossed you don't.
Yeah, thank God so far. But like what you have to go through, what you had to endure, what it feels like. We have no idea. We just know what we're hearing and all that. So yeah, and if anybody does go out who's watching this, wear masks. If not for yourself, for the people around you, it's just a nice thing to do and safe.
I have to put on pants when I go down to the park. I don't want to, but I do it. It's for your safety, not mine.
But I do want to ask you some patriotic questions. Are you ready?
Fire away.
All right.
I haven't failed a test since high school, so let's do it.
Well, here we go. So these are all based off of your own opinions. I'm going to ask you a list of questions, and you just tell me your answer here. So the first one is, what is the best patriotic song of all time?
I would say the most patriotic song is the 5 seconds after somebody turns off Lee Greenwood. That song is just an abomination. I'm sorry. I can't stand. I love this country enough to admit that the Lee Greenwood song is horrific.
United States of America, Donald.
What is the best patriotic movie?
I would say Born on the 4th of July is one of them for me.
That's a good one.
Daddy, the soldier!
On the 4th of July, what's your favorite barbecue food to eat?
Here's the thing about me. I gain most of my weight from drinking. So I don't really, I'll have like a rib or two if there's a rib out there. But man, I'm usually killing my liver. I mean, why should Mickey Mantle be the only one to get a second one?
Oh, I'm such a bitch.
Do you like to celebrate the 4th of July at the beach or at the backyard?
Too many people at the beach. I don't like being around anybody I don't know. So I don't need to go to. Everybody at the beach is ridiculous. They leave their shit strewn about the sand. Just give me a backyard because then I can go inside if I get hot.
See, it's fine. Just pick it up.
I'm not picking it up.
Just pick it up. Don't make me come out there and pick it up. Oh, yeah. Fine. Aim it at me. Thanks, man.
It's here. I'm proud to say. You said it doesn't fly.
I'm sure it's fine. Just pick it up. See, there's nothing. Oh, my God!
What's the best place to watch fireworks?
Right above lighting one.
Close your eyes.
On the 4th of July, do you wear American apparel?
I do. I have a camo hat that a buddy who served in Iraq sent me back in 2003. It's got my name on it. It's a Marine hat. I wear it every 4th of July. It's my thing. I respect the fuck out of anybody who has served. So that's one of the things that I do wear.
Very cool. How do you build your burger?
How do I build my burger? I build it by taking it out of whatever horsefly-laden bowl that it's in, on top of 18 hot dogs, and I just shove it in my face with whatever condiment is around. Build a burger. Am I the Underhills? I'm not rich. Build a burger. It's a fucking hockey puck that comes off a grill that sits there for 18 hours. I'm gonna build a burger?
What is your favorite branch of the military?
Favorite branch of the military? Well, I mean, you gotta hand it to the Marines. They're always the first in, last out. I appreciate that kind of stick-to-itiveness, I guess. That's not me, but I appreciate it.
Move down, recon! Down, razor! Down, out!
And finally, where do you get your fireworks?
My buddy, well, I mean, I get my fireworks like any other good old-fashioned white trash Long Island American. You have one buddy who rents out a box truck and drives down to Delaware. We all chip in, and he brings back the fireworks, as many as he can buy, and then we divvy them up and we play a race of who's going to get the ambulance called first. Great. It's a fun game. Still fighting with all 10.
There you go. And that is Patriotic Questions with Tim Saliani, folks. I appreciate you taking time to call me on 4th of July for the 4th of July special. It's always great to see you. And what do you got coming up next? I know your shows are airing. Tell everybody your schedule.
Okay, we just recorded a domestic disturbance with Tony Landolfi. It's airing. We air on Tuesdays now, so this will have aired Tuesdays at 9:30. I'm working on Shut Up Stupid. I'm also working on something with Carla, a mock debate between two characters that we came up with.
Nice.
And then July 26th, I believe, Mike Keegan and friends at the patio at Governor's Levittown.
Very cool. Excellent,
check
man.
out live comedy at Governor's.
Everybody check it out. Governor's at the patio. It's doing great. It's pretty cool. They have this outdoor venue so people can all go. It's awesome that you guys are going to be performing. I assume all the domestic disturbance crew
will be there. Yep.
Very good, man. Well, Tim, thanks again, my friend. Let's hope the world starts to fall back in line a little bit here, man. It's crazy.
Let's hope not. I need the material.
Tim Saliani, everybody.
Another one. See the people walking down the street, earbuds in, they're listening. Tuesday's Comedy Club Radio, oh, but why just audio? Because we on TV. Yeah, we on TV. We on TV.
Professor, I'd like to register a protest. This is preposterous. You can't fire us all.
I like you. I like you because you got spunk there, kid. You're ain't spunky.
A lot of stuff happens every week, good and bad and otherwise, and it's also some sad, and this was sad. I know he was like 98 years old, but Carl Reiner, the great hilarious writer, comedian, actor, Carl Reiner passed away.
Producer, director, directed one of my all right, let me just say this. I am a big time Carl Reiner fan. And, you know, if you ever asked me what my Mount Rushmore of comedians were, I would have to put Carl Reiner up there.
Carl
Carl
Reiner
Reiner
definitely worthy.
I grew up with the Dick Van Dyke Show.
What? How's your foot? How does it look?
One of my all-time favorite comedies is Where's Papa, with George Segal and Ruth Gordon.
Oh yeah, wow, he
And
was.
that was a Carl Reiner film.
Oh, Gordon, you almost scared me to death.
Almost doesn't count.
Also, yes, Carl Reiner is also known for the Steve Martin's really funny earlier movies. His first four, The Man with Two Brains, The Jerk.
Let me show you a clip from my latest film where my faulty depth perception kept me from yelling cut at the proper time. Cut!
Him and Mel Brooks did The 2,000-Year-Old Man.
Your high note.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Did you see
What did you do?
Natural reaction.
People actually hit themselves in the face.
Boy! Wow!
That hurts, though.
Yeah, you bet it hurts.
That's legendary. That's
and
how I always
I'll-
know. Yeah.
Yeah,
I always.
and-
I just want to say I always know when someone is a real comedy fan when they know The 2,000-Year-Old Man. And
Oh, how could you not?
yeah, because a lot of people will be like, look at me blank face when I bring up The 2,000-Year-Old Man. Even people that claim to be fans of Mel Brooks or Carl Reiner, and I'm like, yeah, The 2,000-Year-Old Man, and they're like, what?
Oh, Murray, the wise one.
Yes.
Murray. Oh, was he smart?
What did he do?
Murray was smart. Murray said, folks, pull your faces out of the applause. Pull your faces out.
How
We
did he
said,
do
what
that?
do you
Could
mean?
you
He
give us
went
an example?
terrific and terrific.
What I love about Carl Reiner is that he was part of one of the greatest writing rooms of all time. It was probably one of the first real. It wasn't the first writers' room by any means, and this goes back in radio and all that stuff. But this was the first writers' room for the Sid Caesar show, and it was Mel Brooks, obviously Carl Reiner, Neil Simon, and Woody Allen were all writers on this show. And and Sid Caesar was the man. He's the guy. And I think Sid Caesar, the late great Sid Caesar, also is underrated talent. But to discover all those guys, all those young men, and Carl Reiner, was fantastic. And him and Mel Brooks hit it off, and 2,000-Year-Old Man and everything else, and friends.
And you know, a lot of funny people, they kind of lose their funny as they get older. You know, some people, or they stick to what worked, and they stay with what worked. Carl Reiner, in his 90s, was still doing TV shows.
Kind of crowded here. Can we get out of here?
Oh, hell yes, let's do. Oh, maybe it'd be easier if they got out. Ow!
And he was in the Ocean's 11 movies.
That was one of his last films, I think, was the Ocean 11 stuff.
I believe so.
How you been, son?
Never better.
What's with the orange?
My doctor says I need vitamins.
So why don't you take vitamins?
You come here to give me a physical?
Funny guy, always had a great disposition about him. And I will sorely miss him, because even in his 90s, and I was still, like I said, I don't watch a lot of TV, but if I saw a show and Carl Reiner was, I'm like, whoa, I got to watch it, because I know Carl Reiner is going to make me laugh.
Bernie?
Bernice, you look fantastic.
Oh, I'm not Bernice.
Close enough.
Carl Reiner is such a great, almost, I would not say underrated talent, because everybody knows how great he is, but he is a great talented man. And I also, I worry about Mel Brooks now, because the two of those guys were so close, and they saw each other every day and all of this. And now that Carl Reiner is gone, it's almost like losing a wife or a child, or where a brother. And I'm hoping that Mel has the strength to keep going because I think he's a little bit younger than Carl. But I just hope, I wish the best for him. He's got to be, taking it hard, I would think.
Oh, I'm sure he's taking it really hard. And because, yeah, like you said, they would get together every day. They were,
They were
they
inseparable.
were having dinner together. There's a recent picture of them with someone else. I don't know who is it. They're laying in bed with Black Lives Matter t-shirts.
Yeah, I think that's
on.
either Mel Brooks's daughter or Carl Reiner's daughter. It's one of their daughters or granddaughters. And they, this was recently. They put the BLM shirts on. They're all laying in the bed. Yeah, that's a great picture and a great photograph. And God bless them all.
A lot of these younger comics, they don't know a lot of the older people. They're not familiar with a lot of the old school comedians, but they seem to know Carl Reiner, because Carl Reiner, every generation, he was doing something.
Carl Reiner managed to remain relevant all the way up till his death, pretty much. I mean, like you said, to your point, he was in modern movies. He was doing, part of modern comedy. He wasn't, he didn't just hang out in his house and never come out. He still was a part of it all. And
here's some of my early tweets.
Read your first tweet.
He who speaks with forked tongue should immediately go to the nearest emergency room. If you're ever forced to eat crow, skip breakfast. Don't let anyone bully you unless they are a licensed bully.
His legacy will live on forever, and God bless and rest in peace, Mr. Carl Reiner, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, absolutely.
Down the road that leads back to that tumble-down shack, to that tumble-down shack in Northland.
Hi there. This is comedian Christian Finnegan. I just wanted to take a moment and say something just straight from the heart, just, off the top of my head, just something I feel very passionately. Okay, here we go. Make sure you watch Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up on govsradio.com, Facebook Live, and Boxcast every Saturday night at 7 p.m. They're on the TV. Thanks for letting me get that off my chest.
A guy walks in, his wife is watching TV. She's yelling at the TV, "Don't do it, you asshole! You fucking idiot! Don't go in that church! You jerk! Don't walk in that church, you asshole!" He says, "What are you watching?" She says, "Our wedding video."
We have our next guest on the line. You know who that is, Benny?
Don, I was wondering, who's our next guest?
This is an old friend of mine. This is a guy whose rap name is Chaotic Lynk, Brian Maffey.
I know Chaotic Lynk. I'm a big fan and a big pal. I know Chaotic Lynk. He came to the station when we were doing the radio many times.
That's right. He was a regular on our old show, the Double D radio show.
I even have his sampler from 2001. So I have a sampler that's almost 20 years old of Chaotic Lynk with the little I still have it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm a big Chaotic Lynk fan.
Awesome. Well, here he is now, folks.
Come on. Where your people at? Where my people at? Feeling all right, all right, all right, all right. Where your people at? Where my people at? Feeling all right, all right, all right, all right.
Our next guest is a very good friend of mine that I've known for a long time. He's been in the rap game for over 20 years. He's from Central Islip, New York. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the very talented and awesome Chaotic Lynk, CL. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You?
Doing great, man. It's just so cool to be back in touch with you. You used to be on the Double D show, my old radio show from back in the day. You were on there a lot. We used to play all your tunes, man. And here we are, dude, 20 years later. Can you believe it? We haven't changed a bit.
No, not at all. I think we're both looking better, for sure.
Yes, indeed. And you, man, you were like doing your thing. Awesome music. You were kicking it out, and now like within the 20 years, hip hop's really evolved a lot and changed a lot. How have you been kind of holding up with the trends and styles of hip hop? Have you been going with the flow, or you sticking to what you used to do?
Oh man, I keep it old school, man. I mean, that classic era, 80 something to like 95. That's the vibe,
Yeah, man.
I'm not doing anything over trap beats, let's just say. All right, it's not my thing.
I was just in Atlanta for like 4 years and got to know a lot of those rappers out there. But yeah, it's all about the trap beats, especially out of Atlanta, man.
Yeah, I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I got to stay with the roots. You know what I mean? But I respect the new stuff coming up. Not that I listen to a lot of it, but some of it. But I got to be me. So
yeah, and I'm old school too, man. Like especially coming from Long Island, dude. We grew up around some of the best rappers ever. EPMD, Craig Mack, Keith Murray. They all came out of Brentwood, CI, Wyandanch, Amityville, all from around the way, bro.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of pedigree.
Yeah, and your boy, R.A. the Rugged Man.
Still doing it.
Still doing it, still killing it.
Yeah, dropped his new album. I'm thrilled for him.
A Rugged Man. This year has been insane. From the COVID to, murder hornets to aliens to now, Antifa, violence. How are you holding up in this day and age? Let me just get this light here. And how are you holding up, man, with all this craziness?
Somebody posted a great meme the other day. It said, "Dear 2020, wrong hole."
Come on. Where your people at? Where my people at? Feeling all right, all right, all right, all right. Where your people at? Where my people at? Feeling all right, all right, all right, all right. Where your people at? Where my people at? Feeling all right, all right, all right, all right. Where your people at? Where my people at? Feeling all right, all right, all right, all right.
Do you think it's gonna like the Antifas of the world are just gonna let us enjoy our 4th of July, or do you think they're up to something?
Nah, I think like anything else, the pendulum swings, right? That's one thing is you realize you get older, a couple more grays, you know what I mean? But people are gonna have their day, and that's all good stuff. But I think the 4th will be all right. It's usually a time where, at the end of the day, it's where we are, it's where we live, and it's a good time to celebrate. Maybe get together with immediate family if you can, without trying to expose people to unnecessary madness. But I don't. You never know. I'm no politician, but me and you live in the world. I see what I see. I don't know. I don't foresee anything bad happening, but wouldn't be surprised if I turn on the news and shit hit the fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nothing would surprise me. I'm hoping that we just have a nice, normal 4th of July.
Bag up, Terry. Put in reverse, Terry. Put in reverse. Oh, Lord, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus. What you doing, Terry?
We're all, quarantined, just getting through it. But then also when you see that you have to protect yourselves, like, did you see the images of that, those two people protecting their house earlier today?
Yeah.
Now it's funny on the surface. Like when I first saw it, I was like, what the hell is this? But then you start to think deeper and, is this our future for all of us? Is this where it's coming down to? Are we going to have to sit on our porches with an AK-47 to make sure that nobody comes and takes our stuff?
It's like the Purge, you see that?
It coming from where we come from, Brentwood and CI.
Yeah.
We both grew up like. To me, I'm happy growing up the way we did. It was very mixed, racially mixed and diverse, and nobody ever. It was never an issue. At least in our generation, coming up.
Cause she gon' bring it back when the track go blank.
Depending if your school lost the football game to like Half Hollows Hills or something, you don't want to walk home that day from that football game.
Right.
Because brothers are like, where are you going? I'm going home. You from here? Yeah, man. You think I'd be walking here if I wasn't? You know? Yeah.
But also being down, like, like I said, you grew up, you're a hip hop star, you're played Warped Tours, you've played big stages. I grew up a rapper. I was in a rap group also. I think everybody in our generation, our neighborhoods were. So, I mean, we kind of came up that way. And so when the world going through something like this, it's painful in a lot, obviously, man, What's your take on it, bro? Like when you see all this shit going on in the streets, man, what's going through your mind?
Well, I got a lot of family friends. A lot of the people still live in New York, right? Long Island, people in New York City cops, friends, family, things like that. And, I see it as it's craziness. I mean, it seems like a lot of people just lost their mind. To get down to the basics, man. We're only human beings. There's lack of communication. All sides feel they're right, don't want to communicate. And that's just not the way it works. I don't have no answers by any means, but I do like this. I remember there was a saying, I forgot which president's wife said this. So don't worry about so much what's going on in the White House. Worry about what's going on in your house, right? So this is what I do. I can only control what I control, and that's how I influence the people in my household and my children. So I try to teach them the right way, right? And say, hey, you need to have this type of respect when you're dealing with whatever. Don't put yourself in predicaments, then you won't get in trouble. It starts there, right? That's a lot of my take, but it's there's bad in the world, no matter what race, creed, profession, whatever it is. There's good and bad, And hopefully the bad's the exception.
Exactly, dude. Well said, well put, and I agree. We do have to worry about our own households, how we raise our own children, who and kind of see what's influencing them, because we all know that in this day and age, social media and all this stuff, there's a lot of information kind of pouring into their brains, and it's tough. Like me and you, man, we're old dogs now, bro. We're kind of we're set in our ways.
Oh yeah,
these kids, man, they're still sponges. They're still figuring it all out. So it's crazy, man. And now, with the world the way it is, man, it's just nuts. But I still think that on this day, on our 4th of July, our nation's birthday, that there is hope. There is hope, and that hope is in hot dog eating contests.
It starts there. It starts there.
It starts there, because if you look at the hot dog eating contests, right? It's all the races are together. You got Asians and white people and African American people all eating hot dogs.
What's more American? What's more American than hamburgers and hot dogs?
There you go. So I think that the recovery begins with the hot dogs.
Right.
So
I'm voting for you. That's where it starts. That's funny. Yeah, no, I'm hopeful too, man. I've done some travel in my day. I've been many countries around the world, and at the end of the day, we're able to be the way we are because of all the sacrifices that came before us in this place.
Right on, man.
And that's it.
Where your people at? Where my people at? Feeling all right, all right, all right, all right. Where your people at? Where my people at? Feeling all right, all right, all right, all right. Where your people at? Where my people at? Feeling all right, all right, all right, all right. Where your people at? Where my people at? Feeling all right, all right, all right, all right.
When I first saw you, I don't recognize you that because you're not rocking your trademark hat, man. Do you have?
Yeah, I got it. So since I moved out of the New York area, a little more out in the country now. You know, now
there you
straight
go.
up camo.
There you go, man.
Rocking the John Deere.
Yeah. Chaotic Lynk, man. There he is. Dude, you're awesome, man. I want everybody to check you out on YouTube. It's Chaotic Lynk, right? They can find you on YouTube. Where else can they find your stuff?
Yeah, I mean, fortunate enough, I've been fortunate enough to have fans definitely out there in Asia, and they've uploaded songs off the albums that you could just go on to YouTube and put in CL, aka Chaotic Lynk, and a bunch of things will pop up. All different tracks that I've done over the years. But you can also find me on, I still reselling some of my stuff on Bandcamp. You can find me on there also. You can find the 2 full lengths, and some of the more recent stuff that I've done that I haven't put out officially out in Asia is up there. Featured with some of the artists that I've worked with on that label throughout the years. And that, and there's, of course, my Facebook page. You can hit that up. There's video footage of me, from the past, back when me and you were still kicking it.
Yeah,
and then,
man.
and then even more recent stuff, me performing with the band out this way. So, it's good stuff.
Awesome, man. Well, dude, this was like old times, man. This is awesome. I'm
sure.
glad we reconnected, brother. And I definitely would love to have you back on and just shoot the shit some more.
Oh, man, anytime, Don. It's a pleasure seeing you, man. And by the way, man, you aging beautifully. So
right back at you, dude. I know. I get a little.
Yeah. It's all good,
I know, man.
My chest getting white, too.
Yeah. Well, you're the man.
It's going to happen.
Well, thanks again, brother. Chaotic Lynk, everybody. Check him out.
All right, Don. Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
Governor's Comedy Club Radio would like to thank all of you for choosing Gov's Radio to watch during the quarantine. And now is a great time to show your favorite show some love. And also enter to win a free pass to the world-famous Governor's Comedy Club when it reopens. And yes, go to teespring.com. You scroll down the search bar, type in Gov's Radio, and this will bring you to our store where you can purchase t-shirts, mugs, and so much more for every single show on the station, including Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up. You can get your t-shirt or mug from there anytime you want. So to enter for a free pass, all you need to do is take a picture of yourself with your mug and your t-shirt or towel or whatever and send it to us. We will post it to our page. And the 6th picture received, the 6th one, will get a free pass to the world-famous Governor's Comedy Club when we reopen. Teespring.com, everybody. Hey, Benny, how's it going so far? You enjoying yourself? You enjoying the show?
I am having the time of my life, Don. This is great. This is one of the funnest shows ever. Having a great time.
We are bringing the Americana. This is our 4th of July weekend spectacular. And what says America more than pornography? The pornography is an American pastime. And we have, of course, the great Goonan with another porno review. Check it out. This is a special, before I pass it off to Goonan, this is a special one, Benny. He talks about presidential pornography and patriotic pornography.
Patriotic pornography. I'm getting a chubby just thinking about it.
Here it is. Hey, everybody. We are back and with a fan favorite for the 4th of July show. This always gets the biggest numbers. This segment is, like I said, a fan favorite. This is Somebody Get a Mop with Charles Goonan. Charles, how you doing, pal? This is our review.
Are you kidding me? Over there. She has lots of pubic hair. It goes over her thighs, and I can't see when it gets over there.
Very nice. We got a little patriotic porno song from Charles Goonan. Now, how have you been, Charles? We've been, the quarantine is is kind of winding down. You got out there, you got a haircut. Tell me a little bit about what you've been doing besides now, post quarantine.
Well, I've been going out, getting some air, seeing the world and everything like that. And from so far, what I've seen, I prefer to go back and watch pornography. In pornography, you might catch a rash. Outside, you catch the deadly sniffles. I don't want that.
You rather get like a little kind of like a burn. They used to call it an Indian burn. You can't call that anymore. But you used to get a burn from too much, a friction burn from too much.
Isn't it funny that everything we just said, the only bad part was the Indian? That was the only bad word. Considering what we just said, the only bad thing was that we said Indian.
That is what, and that's the weird thing too about pornography, is pornography is the one industry that's still allowed to be racist. Essentially, just reading some of the titles. They're racist.
And it's delightful. It is delightfully so.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and this is a topic that I was hoping you were going to bring up. And if you didn't bring it up, I was going to ask you if we could talk about it. The industry is very racist. There's no doubt about it.
One of my favorite types of porn is Daddy, I'm fucking an You know what I mean.
And they're fine with that. Nobody's burning down the porno industry. They're fine.
As a matter of fact, people are applauding. People are ruining their carpets. It's wonderful.
To me, we could achieve peace through porn, I think.
Porn has the ultimate freedom and ultimate liberty. Some of the best porn is stuff that you can't do in real life at all. Like some of the best porn is like a guy pulls up to a lady on the street and he's in his car and he just jacks off and she's like, wow, let me join you and help you out. All right, all right, all right. How you doing? That never happens in real life.
No,
in porn, that the lady helps you out. In porn, the lady helps you out and you ruin your dashboard. In real life, if you try to do that, they destroy your Netflix contract and you have to release your specials on your own website.
More of me.
Yeah, the world is crazy, but we do have pornography, and we always look forward to your porn reviews because you kind of tell us what it is. Like, you're opening up our minds and other things to different styles of the wonderness of pornography. So what do you got for us?
Sure I am. Well, to keep in a patriotic mood, what I like is that there is presidential porn.
It's a lovely dress you're wearing. Why don't you go ahead and take it off?
Yes, sir, Mr. President.
There's a bunch of presidential porn if you want some of it. So there is like, there is one out there where this lovely lady plays Supreme Court Sotomayor, and she gets into a little tryst with Barack Obama, and they go at it. It's great. And there's also another one where a lady, it's wonderful, by the way. I mean, and you could see his gavel.
Wow, the gavel and everything.
And the funny thing about the funny thing about Obama is that in the pornos, in any porno that has Obama, he's still very much Obama. So he's like, I'm gonna fuck your ass with a bipartisan commission and Labrapoodle. Labrapoodles.
Labrapoodles.
When Obama comes, this is Obama coming. I'm gonna come. Happy 4th of July.
Wow. Wow. You better be careful before they cancel somebody get a mop. We don't want that to happen.
I don't think this will work, but I'm scared I fell off last time.
You have nothing to fear but fear itself. Now, here comes the Franklin Express.
We don't want to cancel a classy show like this.
Now we know that we have the Obama porn, right? But there was actually a real, like, our current president actually was with a porn star, Stormy Daniels. So, you know, there's potentially a tape leaking around there somewhere. A real life president one.
Well, there's leaking. There's definitely leaking.
So there is a patriotic porn, and there's presidential porn, and now what's the other porn? Because there's a lot of pride. People have a lot of pride these days, and
there's a lot of pride out there. You know, there is also, if I could be there to combine those two together, there is one porn where Melania, I'm not kidding, wants a bigger penis, wants a bigger dick, so she leaves Trump and fucks Obama in front of him.
I mean, come on. Trump just sat there and watched.
Yeah, he watches. Yeah, he watches. Yeah, he thought it was Sharknado.
Wow, I'm gonna have to tune in and do the search and find all of these.
Oh.
This is incredible stuff.
Oh, yes.
And he was saying that China has total respect for Donald Trump and for Donald Trump's very, very large brain.
So now tell us about earlier you telling me about this fantastic website that you found called Swallow My Pride.
Earlier I told you this. Because I told you this earlier, because we study and make sure that we do this right.
Do our research.
We don't want to be haphazard about this. We don't want to look like idiots.
You got to make sure we get all our facts.
This is a classy show.
So also what we like to do on Somebody Get a Mop is take us through what is your porn site of the month. What is the Goonan porn site of the month?
Well, other than Swallow My Pride, I guess the one I'm gonna choose this time is called XXNX.
XXNX.
XXNX. It sounds like, you know, how R2D2 comes on to C3PO. XXNX, boopity boop. No, it's actually a legit porn site. It's by the way, R2D2 and C3PO were together, and one of them was dirty and gave the other one tetanus.
You got a lot of carbon scoring here. Looks like you boys have seen a lot of action.
With all we've been through, sometimes I'm amazed we're in as good condition as we are.
It's true. Absolutely true.
I believe it.
And the other one turned his finger green because he wasn't real gold. Another classy show. Happy 4th of July.
We always keep it classy.
Gotta keep it classy.
Well, Goonan, I want you to have a very happy rest of your 4th of July. You are the best, and like I said, this is a fan favorite. People love to hear your take on pornos and porn industry. We learned a lot today. Presidential porn, girls swallowing their pride.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your 4th of July.
Happy 4th.
Hey, this is the great Goonan saying you're watching Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up with Don Sill on Govs Radio.
Yeah!
Hey everyone, it's comedian Wendy Liebman, and ooh, is that broccoli in my teeth? No, it can't be. I don't eat broccoli. I'm here to tell you to make sure you watch the show Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up. It's on every Saturday night at 7, and you can watch it in 3 places. It's on Govs Radio, Facebook Live, and Boxcast. Every Saturday night at 7. What else do you have to do?
Hey, Benny, guess what time it is, pal?
Hey, Don, what time is it?
It is time for Professor Fedora and his special 4th of July Top 5. Here it is.
Well, hello, Dr. Fedora again on a 4th of July top things to consider for this holiday. What's number 5? Drink and be merry with your friends. God knows I did.
Yeah, it's a party in the USA. Yeah, it's a party in the USA.
What's number 4? Eat a lot, so you go ahead and be huge, full of joy.
Yashi focused on his interpreter, depending on him to tell him where Joey Chestnut is. It's a cheek-to-cheek, jaw-to-jaw finish, guys.
Less than half a dog difference between Chestnut and Kobayashi now.
What's number 3? Watch all of your wonderful shows that you get to catch on Govs.com. But you can try to watch PUSUSU and maybe Domestic Disturbance and some of the other ones you might like.
Hey, Tony Walker here. GovsRadio.com, lots of great shows here. Put Up, Stand Up, or Shut Up with Don Sill, Malcolm Did Comedy Radio Show, Three's Company. Oh, so many great shows here at GovsRadio.com. Keep it locked there.
What's number 2? Go ahead, watch all the wonderful fireworks. But don't be using the gasoline. It's very bad.
Oh, careful! Wow!
Oh, snap! What's number 1? Let's go outside and see why I want to see what number 1 could be for this week.
All right, Benny, that is our show for today. Happy 4th of July. Enjoy.
Happy 4th, my brother.
Yes, indeed, my brother. What a great week it's been. What a great weekend, 4th of July weekend, everybody. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy the fireworks.
Yeah. Look, I just thought of one thing. Listen, I'm 64, right? So if you and I are still doing this in 34 years, we would be the next Carl Reiner and Mel Brooks.
There you go.
Right there, yeah.
There you go.
On the internet. On the internet, on Facebook.
Yes.
Because nobody's ever going to sign me to TV or a movie. But
you
on
never
the
know.
internet, we'll be Carl Reiner and Mel. I'm already bald. Okay, so I'm halfway there.
I like that. I think we could take the reins and be the next Mel Brooks and Carl Reiner. That would be awesome.
Yeah, we need 34 years to keep doing this. For 34 years. So everybody, PUSUSU is never ending. We'll be around forever.
Well, Benny, before we go today, I just want to say you're awesome.
No, buddy, you're awesome.
No, you're awesome.
You're awesome.
You're awesome.